Just a heads up, this next story will contain some graphic sexual details. A new Supreme Court of Canada ruling finds the use of condoms can be a condition of sexual consent.
Inform their partner whether or not they are removing a condom or whether or not they're wearing one, and not to lie about it. And you would think that that would be common sense, but unfortunately it is not. And it is basically saying that once you take off a condom, that is sexual assault.
Sexual assault survivor and advocate Kirsten Rayworth is hopeful. This 5-4 Supreme Court decision gives power to survivors.
You can now point to case law and say, this is against the law and this is what happened to me and I would like to press charges.
Sometimes called stealthing, where sex is agreed to with a condom, but the prophylactic is removed without the other person knowing.
Past 4 or 5 years, we've seen, I think, a distinct increase in the number of individuals disclosing an experience of this type of harm.
Long before this new case law, the University of Alberta Sexual Assault Centre has been teaching students about contraceptives and consent, stressing the need for open and honest communication between sexual partners.
A legal decision carries just a lot of weight and I think can do a lot to actually make people stop and consider those behaviors and change those actions into the future.
The decision just came out, but as you often see, there are unintended consequences in legal decisions, and that could very easily happen here.
Rayworth is just hopeful this isn't ever misconstrued to mean condoms equal consent, but rather the need for that open conversation about how consent can evolve in a relationship. But when it comes to police, reminding how right now in Alberta, there's no mandatory sexual violence training for police.
They understand the law and they need to understand the changes within the law to be able to support survivors. And this is just one of those things that needs to be within their mandatory training. And I think if I'm going to have a call to action around this, it would be asking people to please talk to their MLAs and talk to the Alberta government and ask them to include mandatory sexual violence training.
Alberta's Police Act is currently under review. From Edmonton, Carly Robinson, City News.